the report is available now from the Volteface website, which is volteface.me. I'm Hardeep Matharu. I'm a journalist specialising in justice and social affairs, and I tweet at Hardeep_Matharu. What I found talking to the outreach workers and charities that I did for this report is that actually, unlike people who are using, say, cannabis, heroin, crack cocaine, those drugs don't result in the volatile side effects that spice has. So people were telling me that, yeah, a lot of rough sleepers use drugs, that's not new. But when you have a rough sleeper who is a habitual heroin user, there's ways of managing that. There'll be times of the day when they'll be in a fit state to be able to sit down with an outreach worker or a hostel, a member of staff at a hostel, and talk through what they need to do in order to progress. So even though there are issues there around that drug use, it seems that they're not unmanageable. But with spice, because of all these volatile consequences, I mean, one of the things that kept coming up was when people are getting so unwell, all you can do is call the police or call an ambulance. They're taken to hospital because they're so addicted to it. This sort of really sad notion that people are coming around in hospital, taking out all the wires and running back onto the streets to find a bag of spice. It's so volatile in its effects. So it's really varied. So some people can take a few puffs and they can just become quite docile. But what is being found is that actually it's causing all manner of different sort of reactions, from violence to psychosis, people having seizures, heart attacks, just sort of turning in a matter of minutes and becoming completely aggressive, doing things they wouldn't have done before. Stamping a pigeon to death is something I heard from one outreach worker. And so it's also actually an important point is that it's sort of bringing to the surface the underlying mental health conditions as well of the people who are using it. So in so many ways, these rough sleepers who are using spice are probably the most vulnerable on the streets because they're just trapped in this existence where they're hooked on this drug and they can't, it just stops them being able to go to a charity, go to a day centre, go to a hostel and ask for some support about how to get some accommodation, how to get help with their benefits, how to treat, how to find drug treatment services. And so the people who probably need the help the most, because of the nature of this drug, they can't get it, they can't engage with it because their head's not in the right place. And also because the consequences of smoking spice can be so volatile, people who are working in these charities and day centres and hostels are saying, well, it's so unpredictable that we worry for our safety and we can't have people who are being violent and sort of banging their heads against the wall and screaming and having seizures in our hostels. So it's a cycle of futility that they're trapped in, and it is a worrying paradox.